Ain't nobody at all. Doctors, we body and maul. The prophets is back and we pulling your cards. Your pastor a lie, he a fraud. You messed up and stepped in a room full of gods and hopped in a pool full of sharks. So watch what you saying when you do respond. Yeah.
We are the biblical Israelites according to the scriptures. The so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans. We are the children of God. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
So this is why we come out here to go into the Bible, because we have been taught wrong on Sundays for the past 400 years. We have been taught wrong. And we're going to go into the Bible and show you what you have been missing. You so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, and you so-called Native Americans. Read.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
So we're going to come out here and show you the hope that's really in the Bible. We're going to show you the hope in the Bible. Young lady, come here for 5 minutes. I am your brother. Let me speak to you for 5 minutes. Let me show you something. Yes, ma'am. You come over here for 5 minutes. Let me show you something. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. All praises to the Most High. Give me that. Let me show you something, sis.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1.
Hey, sis, what's your name? Read.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran, Tophel, and Laban, Hazeroth, and Dizahab.
Right. Read it again. Hey, young lady, what's your name? Kia, what's your name, young lady? Camilla. I'm sorry, I can't play.
Kira and Camilla.
Kira and Camilla. How y'all doing? I'm Jay Judah. Now, do y'all believe in the Bible?
I do.
You do you? Good. So we're gonna read out of the Bible we're gonna show you who you are in the Bible, okay? Now, I'm not gonna twist your arm to try to make you believe it. I'm just gonna read it and see if it makes sense to you, okay? I'm gonna give you some examples. All right, read me that 1:1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Who is Moses speaking to? Read it again.
Israel.
What you say? Israel. So remember that. Moses is speaking to the children of Israel. Now let's see how special the children of Israel are to God. Read that. Let's see how special they are to God.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Did you hear that? God said the Israelites are holy, chosen, special, and above all people. Do you know who the Israelites are today? You. This is the good news. You're that special. Y'all are that special and you've never been taught this. And we're reading out of the Bible. But let me prove to you, K and K. I'm calling y'all K and K. K and K, let me prove to you who y'all are in the Bible. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Now, this is how we know we are the Israelites today. Because if the Israelites don't do what God say, this is what's going to happen to them. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, if the Israelites don't do what God say, how you doing, young lady? Come listen to this. They're showing you your history. Just give me 5 minutes, young lady. We just, if the Israelites, K and K, if the Israelites don't do what God say, they're going to be cursed. Did y'all hear that? So this is how we identify with the curses. Give me 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon
and these curses shall be what?
Upon thee for a sign.
For a sign. How do we know that's the eagle story? That's right. So God has given signs in the Bible to show who are his chosen people today. So we're going to read some of these curses to see if we identify with the curses as a people, okay? Read that. Give me 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shall thou be in the city. Now, young lady, mama, what people live in the worst parts of Tupelo, Mississippi? Black, white, Chinese, Japanese, black. Right, now remember I told y'all, remember who Moses was speaking to? Israel. So does that fit our people? We live in the worst parts of Tupelo, right? So Israel, Moses talking to the children of Israel. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. Now what, y'all from Tupelo, so did your ancestors pick cotton in Tupelo, Mississippi? Right, so who is Moses talking to again, K&K? He's talking to Israel. So do your people fit that right now? Who Moses talking to? So right, so we identify with it. So let's get a couple more. Give me 32.
Verse 32.
It's another curse for not obeying God and keeping the commandments. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Bring it up.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now, did that happen to your ancestors any time in history? Given to another people. What you say? Absolutely right. Now, who is Moses speaking to, K&K? He's speaking to Israel. Did that happen? Yes, read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
Right. So listen, mama. So this is talking to the children of Israel. This is how special you are. We're trying to show, I don't know if it's your daughter, your nieces, or whatever, but we're trying to show our people how special we are and how we have been lied to for over hundreds of years. We just been lied to. But we're out here to show you the truth of the Bible. You understand, sis?
Right.
That's what we're showing you. Understand? We're not gonna bite you, sis. Come up here for a minute. Oh, you gotta go to work. Okay. Well, y'all listen? Read that flyer. It's a number on the back of it, and it's a website. Do your own research and check it out. Okay. Thank you, Mom, for giving us a little time. How you doing, brother? Brother, what's your name? Mike. Give me some, Mike. I'm Jay Judah, man. Nice to meet you, man. You know anything about the Bible, Mike?
I know a little. I ain't gonna say like I know a lot.
Okay. So how often do you read the Bible? Right. So you can learn something from, because we read the Bible. You know, we don't read it enough, but we read it, right? So you can learn something from us, right? Now, do you know your nationality? Well, not your nationality. Do you know what race you are?
I don't really look at race. I just look at I'm a child of God.
You're a child of God. Give me 1 John 5, 1 and 2. Now watch this, sir. Watch this. Let me show you something about what you just said. Give me 1 John 5 and 1. That's all right. You good. Take your time. You got it. Give me that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
By this we know that we love the children of God.
By this we know that we love the children of God. How do we know this? It's going to tell you.
When we love God and keep his commandments.
Do you keep the commandments? You sure? Right, you ain't perfect, but do you keep the Sabbath day? So that's a law we have to do. If you keep the commandments, you keep the Sabbath day. Do you keep the Sabbath day? That's okay, brother. Let's preach. You don't. That's okay. Right, you're not perfect. Okay, what commandment do you keep then? Since you're not perfect, tell me something that you do keep so I can see where we at. What commandments do you keep?
I keep all of them sometimes, and all of them.
Like,
and some of them I just.
name one or two. Since you keep all of them, name one or two then, brother.
Well, I don't steal.
All praises. That's good. All praises. You don't kill. All praises. What about growing a beard?
Growing a beard.
You growing a beard? No, that's a law, right?
Well, it grows, but I cut it off.
Right. I'm going to see if you keep the commandments. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:3. And all praises you don't steal. All praises you don't kill. God loves that. But you got to not do that as an Israelite. Do you know you have to be an Israelite to be in right standing with the Most High God? Because he chose you, bro. You're that special. He chose you. That's right. That's right. You gotta renew your mind. That's exactly right. But you gotta be born again as an Israelite. Give me that. Let me show you. Give me 1 Kings. What you just said, I'm gonna show you in the scriptures. Give me 1 Kings 8. I'm sorry. Give me 1 Kings 8:46. Now what you just said, young man, is in the scriptures. All praise to the Most High. 1 Kings 8 and 46. Watch the book. Say you gotta be born again. Watch this.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not.
You just said you ain't perfect, right? None of us perfect, but we're trying to be perfect. We're striving to be perfect. The laws of God are perfect. Read.
And thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto a land of the enemy, far or near.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did your ancestors come from another continent to the United States?
I don't know what they got. All I know is time it is now.
Okay, so you don't want to answer no questions. Sir, I mean, be real. Were your ancestors enslaved? Let's just keep it real. Were your ancestors ever enslaved? I'm talking, okay, all praises, that's absolutely right. Were your ancestors, who you never met, were they enslaved in this land? Oh, you can't tell me. So how do you know, how do you know that you have a great-great-great-grandfather? Have you ever seen them? Have you ever touched them? No. Stop playing, bro. You playing now. Give me Joel 3 and 9. It's time to go and get on you. Cause you playing, bro. Give me Joel 3 and 9, bro. Give me Joel 3 and 9. Let me show you something, bro. Now, come on, man. You gotta deal with me right now.
I'm dealing with you right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta deal with me right. You say so. You know. So you saying we ain't never been enslaved?
I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do. Let y'all make y'all blessings.
Read that.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man.
Wake up the mighty man. That's all we're trying to do, bro. We're trying to wake up the mighty man. I see you as a mighty man, but you don't want to humble down to the scriptures. You think you know everything, brother. And I ain't trying to bash you, brother. Listen. Just listen to the Bible. Read.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Are you a man of war? Are you willing to save your people? Are you willing to come out here and keep the commandments and be an example for your people? Listen up, man. You say you got to be born again. So let's see what the scriptures say about being born again. Give me Romans 12 and 2. Give me Romans 12 and 2. And I'm glad you're still here, brother. I'm glad you're being patient. Give me Romans 12 and 2, brother.
The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. What does that mean to you when it says, the Bible says, that book you believe in, when it says be not conformed to this world, what does that mean to you?
Well, that means don't be influenced by the material things of this world.
All praise to the Most High. That's part of it. All praise. Read.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if we're going to separate from the world and these monetary things, all the things you were talking about, we have to change our mind on it. We have to change our mind. So if the church is telling you to go to church on Sunday and God is telling you to worship him on Saturday, to renew your mind from going on Sunday and to do what God say, what should you do? You should go on what day? Right. Do you go on Saturday? See that? Now that's part of renewing your mind. This is why we're out here trying to tell our people to be born again. You understand? That's part of it. Because you love God. You want to love God, but you have never really been taught how to love God. As a matter of fact, what does love mean to you, brother? What's the definition of love?
Give you all.
Give your all. Okay, I have my definition. It's going to be wrong. So we're going to get the definition out of the scriptures, all right? Give me that, bro. Watch this. We're going to give you the definition of love out of the scriptures. Read.
The book of 1 John chapter 5 verse 3.
Bring it out.
For this is the love of God.
Say what?
For this is the love of God.
God is going to give his definition, brother, what the love of God is. Read.
That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
Keep his commandments.
So what is love, brother?
Obey it. Being obedient.
Keep his commandments.
Love is keeping his commandments, right? So in order to love God, you got to keep the commandments. Now, do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So go give me that. John 14:15. Now watch what Jesus said. It's plain English, bro. It's easy to understand. Give me that, bro. John 14:15.
The book of John chapter 14 verse 15.
Now, this is Jesus Christ talking. This is in red. Read.
If ye love me,
Jesus Christ said, if you love me,
keep my commandments.
what Jesus Christ say?
Keep my
What
commandments.
Jesus Christ say, the man you believe in, he said, if you love him, do you love Christ? What you got to do?
Keep my commandments.
What you got to do? Right. So you got to learn the commandments to know what they are so you can love Christ.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word,